Alrighty, hello. We are now streaming again. A long time no stream. I think it's been a week since I last streamed. So yeah, I guess I've just been pretty busy for the past week or so, and yeah, and I decided to just like stream for about a week or two, a week and a half before I go away for holidays, like for Christmas and I guess New Year's. And yeah, and I guess I figured I'd start off with a little bit of Plague Inc. This game this game is pretty old, but it is a favorite of mine. I think I've played it around when I was pretty young. So I got hooked on this game fairly quickly when I was little. And yeah, and I guess fast forward a couple of years, I now have it on my PC. And yeah, oh, okay. I have in a way finished the game, but I haven't played it on like the higher difficulties or whatnot. So, today I guess I'll just be playing it casually, while I guess just chatting as well, just catching up as well. And yeah. So we can now start. I guess I'll give a basic rundown on what this game is. Basically, what this game is, as the title suggests, is that um you basically just work with, I guess, different plague types, and then your main objective is to basically infect and kill the entire planet, depending on the scenario that you're playing on. But I guess like since when this is the first time I'm streaming it, I'm actually gonna start off with the basics, and yeah, I'll just be given a rundown of this game for people who actually don't know what this game is about. So, usually this game would be a single player game. The main game, we could play that. And there is a whole bunch of different viruses to choose from. The one that you start off with is the bacteria, which says right here, most common cause of plague, unlimited potential. This one, you start off with this one, but as you play the game more, or more in this case, you finish this plague scenario on normal difficulty, you unlock the different types, and then the list goes down to the official game modes. So right here, afterwards, we got virus, fungus, Neurax worm, parasite, prion, necrovirus. That one's my personal favorite one. Nanovirus, bioweapon. We got the simian flu that's based on that one monkey movie. The what was it? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And we got the Shadow Plague one, where I think this one's like a vampire scenario or whatever. But yeah. So we're gonna be starting off with bacteria. Um, I'll explain these a little bit later, except I could change these. Hold up. Okay, so when you play as a different plague type, you have the genetic codes right here. Basically, these would just give you a more of an edge in your game, and the ones that I'm choosing would usually help with the problems that I have every time I play. So, what could I choose here? These cost easier to cure. You know what? Let's go with symptostasis. So, monkey? Yes. We got a monkey. Hello, Eduardo. You got a really long name, but is it okay if I call you Eduardo? Yeah, we all love monkeys, but oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I guess you got here right on time. So yeah, I'm gonna be explaining the genetic codes that I have here. Most of this stuff, I guess it'll seem like a bit of a handful right now. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. All right, so, oh, that's weird. When did I put that bot in? Okay, so The first one right here, DNA genes. I chose catalytic switch. Get bonus DNAs from popping blue cure bubbles. These ones, this is more of an end game thing when your plague is, starts developing a cure, and these popping the blue bubbles would slow down the cure. And in this case, when I pop them, I get extra points. Genetic mimic. This one's self-explanatory. Your plague is harder to cure, therefore it'll take longer. Aquasite, since when your plague can spread by like 3 main factors, like the airplane, boat, and land travel. I more have a problem with the boats of the game, mainly just because sometimes, like some countries, you could only get in them by boat, and it's by chance. So I chose Aquasite, and this one increases the chance of plague spreading by sea. So that one, it's a pretty good one in my opinion. Environment genes, I chose Extremophile. Give your plague a minor bonus in all environments. Each of these ones, they're more specific, but I think this one would be a lot more better. Mainly just because, different environments. And evolution genes. So I chose symptostasis. Symptoms cost don't increase, but are easier to cure. So it's sort of like a balance. I could get symptoms faster, but the trade-off that it gets cured much more quickly. But that's where these two come into play. So if the cure is going a little bit faster, this one right here slows it down a little bit more, and this one will just give me more points, since when it's easier to cure. So I think it's a pretty good balance. We're going to start off with casual. Oh, I forgot the name that I had for these. Yeah, so what's a name? Actually, let's see what the randomizers got for us. His stasis, will to hell, blight, complaint. Ligma. Yeah, you know what? Let's just call it Ligma. Some of these names are a bit eh. Let's just go with the classic funny. Alright, welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. So, you select a start location. Oh, yo, Liet, hello, welcome to stream. Yes, I have named the plague Ligma. So, select a start location. Select a country to begin your plague. When you click on it, you see more information. Pop the start bubble to confirm, or click another country instead. So, since when I've played this game for a while, I sort of like know the whole meta. Hold on, I need to lower the volume. Hopefully the volume isn't too loud for you guys. Actually, let's lower it just a tiny bit. Alright, so welcome to the stream, guys. But alright. So since when I know a bit of the meta, each place I could, I guess, sort of easily start with, but yeah, Plague Inc. players would kind of know the meta, and the country that most players would honestly start with is Saudi Arabia. So right here, straight off the bat, it's in a sort of central location. So let me pause it right here. So we could see right here, what are the controls? Right here, Saudi Arabia is in a central location of the map, and the best thing about it is that this airport, almost goes to every main continent. So that place is a good place to start, and it's more of a poor country, so it's somewhat easier to spread. So we'll just speed up the game a little bit. You start off a little bit slow. So this is your evolution thing. You can see right here the name right here, the date started, and all the statistics for it. Honestly, I don't even look at this part. Like, I just look at these 3 main things. So transmissions. This is I need to drink some water. Transmissions. This is spend DNA points to evolve new transmissions to help your plague spread. So this thing is more about just spreading the plague instead of, I guess, sort of affecting the individual. So right here, you can see the different icons. And Saudi Arabia is bordering Asia and Africa. Yeah, exactly. So it's in a very central location. It's easy to spread. So we got birds, rodents, insects, livestock, blood, air, and water. So these are like the main ones, but depending on the scenario, most likely it's a custom scenario, these would change. Symptoms, we got like the basic ones. They start off fairly simple. We got nausea, coughing, rash, insomnia, cysts, and anemia. These ones, again, like they sort of increase the severity right here by the bar that you can see right here, and the lethality, and some usually infectivity as well, but it depends on which branch you go through. But we're not going to grab those just yet. And abilities, these ones is, yeah, it's the abilities. So right here, the bacteria, its special ability is bacterial resilience. Create bacterial shell to protect against all climates. So this one just, I guess, makes it last longer in every single environment. And then right here, we have the simple abilities, which is the cold resistance. Pathogen evolves to withstand cold temperatures and climates. Heat resistance. Pathogen evolves to withstand hot temperatures and climates. And we have drug resistance. This one's probably one of the most important ones. Pathogen becomes resistant to class 1 and 2 antibiotics, increasing effectiveness in wealthy countries. So that one is a fairly important one depending on where you start and or what your strategy is. But since when I chose a poor country, I wouldn't have to worry about the drug resistance too much. So pop orange DNA bubbles to get DNA points. Pop orange DNA bubbles when they randomly appear to get bonus DNA points, which you can use to evolve your disease. So I popped that. We now have 8 DNA points, and we can now okay, maybe not yet. Ligma begins to spread. Ligma is spreading across, spreading from person to person in Saudi Arabia, and will grow exponentially. You control the plague indirectly by evolving it. So I'm gonna wait just a second. Okay, now we got 10 points, and now I am going to choose the transmission Air 1. So this one, ability to travel on dust particles, increase infectivity, especially in arid environments and plane transmissions. So the only reason I'm grabbing this one first is because Saudi Arabia, it says in the stats right here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Typically a hot, arid climate. So that one, I think air would be more effective. Alright, so we got more DNA points. And this is sort of like the waiting part. You gotta let your points build up. So now I have 19 DNA points, and I'm going to put that in just water, just increase the chances of it getting on a boat. And let's add bacterial resilience, just so it could evolve better. So now we infected hundreds of people, now 1,000, and now we just wait for it to spread. So now we're affecting thousands of people. And it says right here, we now spread to Iraq. That was actually a lot more quicker than I thought. So, yeah, since when I didn't choose any transmissions that would go to that country, and now we're in Egypt, we're now spreading a lot faster. I am playing in casual difficulty just so I could give you all the basics. So, nothing entirely yet. I wouldn't really want to give away my plague right away, because then that would put me on a watch list. Oh my god, Plague Inc. Hi Mixie, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are somewhat in the beginning of the game. Plague Simulator game goes viral. Oh, hey guys, look, it's us. Alright, so now we infected other countries. This thing's actually spreading a lot faster than I thought. Alright, so you can see right there, the red line right there is now spreading to other countries. We are now spreading to multiple countries. So now we could increase our chances of it crossing land borders. We're going to grab birds just so they could fly over the borders and just spread them. And we're not going to grab anything yet. This is the fun part where the red bubbles start popping up everywhere. Alright, so I accidentally clicked away from right there, but it said France's medication is slowing down the spread. So we'd want to grab drug resistance just so it could spread a little bit faster. But I think the trade-off for that is that I think there is a mechanism to where you're spotted a little bit faster because, like, you know, like the logic behind it's like, oh, okay, doctors are noticing that this plague or this illness, it's being unaffected by drugs, so now it's going to be, yeah, now it's going to be looked out for. All right, so now we are in North America. We spread all the way to Mexico. And here we go. Now we're spreading to even more countries. I haven't been spotted too yet. Not yet. All right, so right here, the nausea symptom has mutated. Yeah, right here. Irritated stomach lining leads to discomfort. Slight chance of infection when kissing. So that one. Sometimes there will be like events in the game where nausea would actually be very helpful in this case. Okay, so right here, we could see the world map on the left right here. I've infected most of Asia. I still need to spread to Central Europe. And I need to spread to South America, alongside with other island countries like New Guinea, Philippines, Iceland, and Greenland, and the Caribbean. So, so far, we're doing very good. I haven't been spotted yet, mainly just because my symptoms haven't really gotten anywhere. So right now, I'm just stacking up the points until I get spotted. But to spread it just a tiny bit faster, I'm gonna go with coughing. This one, it's not as severe, and it's sort of just like a common cold type of thing, so it's least likely to get noticed. Alright, so right here, I spoke a little bit too soon. New minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Saudi Arabia found a new disease which has been named ligma. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. So we are now spotted by the world, and this is where the countries will start developing the cure. Which is going to be a bit of a problem, because that's how you lose the game. That's one of the ways that you lose the game. Your plague gets cured, and you can no longer infect anybody. So, we are now going to just ramp up the, transmissions just a tiny bit, just so I could get the, boats infected to the, island countries, because, this game, it really... I'm pretty sure a lot of people who play this game really hate Greenland and Iceland, but especially Greenland, because it's one of those countries where, like there's hardly any boats that go to it, and it's usually the last country to be infected, and therefore you lose the game. That's right, guys. Steve Jobs really got ligma. Guys, I can't believe Steve Jobs died from ligma. Who's Steve Jobs? Ligma balls. Alright. So, we're still infecting more countries. I think I'm not in Central Europe yet. Okay, so yeah, I'm not in Central Europe yet. So I'm gonna grab bacterial resistance for now, and just hope that I spread over to there. So right there, it just popped up. Now I'm spreading in South America. Alright, we got the Caribbean. We got the Philippines now. What countries are left? Okay, so right here, this list right here, these are the remaining countries. So we got Peru, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Baltic states, and Ukraine. So most of it, they're the European countries. Most countries, they already have infected people. So, all right. So we actually have a lot more DNA points. You are spreading. Come on, finish that sentence. I'm spreading ligma. So, actually, what would be a good thing to grab? Have they started on the cure yet? No, they haven't. Actually, let's grab some more symptoms. So let's get sneezing, and then let's get rashes. Now, sneezing or coughing and rashes, those would be the common ones that I would grab, mainly just because of the symptoms that would follow with it. Coughing mainly just because it's like when I grab the air transmissions, I think coughing and sneezing would go really well in tandem with that one. As for rash, this one I think has a better long-term effects. But right now I shouldn't worry too much about the cure. But never mind. India now starts working on the cure. So now They are now starting to work on the cure. Key research contributors: Saudi Arabia, Middle East, and India. So the hot countries are the ones that are mainly on it. But I think my plague... No, okay, it doesn't have any resistance. But I will be grabbing bacterial resistance and genetic hardening. So this one, pathogen becomes harder to analyze in the lab, decreases future research speed. So I'll be grabbing that for now, just so I could buy myself a little bit more time. And we're going to be grabbing insomnia. Now, for insomnia, it doesn't really infect people, but it affects more of the severity. And what severity does, the trade-off for it is that, sure, you'll get spotted by how severe it is, but with how severe it is, it'll be harder to cure, if that makes any sense. So this one will lead more into like the mental symptoms. So right here, I grabbed insomnia, now paranoia. Irrational delusions and mental symptoms. Victims' distrust of others make them unlikely to seek treatment or cooperate with others. So now, since when I'm now spotted, and if I grab these two mental symptoms, this would most likely slow down the future research speed without being lethal, because once these two symptoms right here, inflammation and seizures, those ones, although very severe, they are lethal, and that's what I don't want to do right now, because I'm still trying to infect majority of the world. Because if I'm killing people faster than I'm infecting, that's another way that you could lose. I just realized that I have 87 points, so we are now going to grab genetic hardening, heat resistance, and cold resistance. Let's go with... We could go with rodents. Alright, so now sweating has, what do you call it, mutated. Brazil is full of ligma. Oh shoot, you're right. Okay, so these, brighter red ones right here, I think those countries are the fully infected ones. So those ones we wouldn't really have to worry about infecting any more people and just focus on killing them. So since when sweating came from rashes, that means I can now grab the symptom skin lesions. This one has a pretty good infectivity. Breakdown of in the epidermis causes large opening wounds, which significantly causes infectivity. So this one right here, it's sort of more of like it's spreading as like a physical touch thing. So it's basically like the cooties. You get touched by it, you're now infected, because it's mainly a skin condition. On top of coughing and yeah, the mental stuff. All right, so we are now spreading even faster. Madagascar shuts down seaports. Well, too late for them, because I already infected the entire country. Now, the only one remaining, like I said right here, as you guys can see right here, it's Greenland, the last one to be infected. It's always Greenland. Now I just have to hope. Okay, there we go. The RNG was actually on my side this time. Very high levels of bird migration expected. So this is the RNG events that would take place that would help you further in your game. So experts have noticed a very high levels of bird migration. They are worried that birds could rapidly spread the disease between countries if they become infected. So that's why I grabbed birds, because they can now infect birds. And sometimes if my RNG is right, these will pop in and spread the plague even further. But now, since when I spread to every country, I don't really have to worry about that, and more of actually spreading the thing. So as for transmissions, nothing really much left can be done. So now we are going to be focusing on symptoms and abilities. So if I exit out here, we could see that we're already at 7% of the cure. Nothing too bad right now. So right there, it just said fight the cure and pop the blue bubble. So this is where you slow down the cure itself. So we now got necrosis symptom. This one's a pretty good one. Ligma has mutated and developed the necrosis symptom without using DNA points. So now we are in the mid to end game. Yeah, so now we can now focus on infectivity. Which we could go with pneumonia. It's not lethal, but it'll spread it further. Pulmonary fibrosis. This one has some lethality, but oh wait, never mind. Necrosis. Okay, so this one's sort of my favorite lethal symptoms. So large swaths of infected tissue lose blood supply and become fatal sources of gangrene. Decomposes body remain a vector of transmission. So right there, decomposing bodies. Since when you touch them physically, you get infected. That means with the dead bodies, they'll be much more harder to dispose because now countries are going to be using mass graves to get rid of the infected bodies. But it'll be much more harder and more likely to spread since when their skin is literally falling apart and it's infected. So that's why I think that one's a pretty good one. So lethality, we can now sort of see. Okay, first death in Balkan states. First death from Ligma has been confirmed in Balkan states. Bad luck for a beginning of something terrible. So we can now see that the whole world is now red. We can now focus on actual lethality, aside from Greenland. Yeah, Greenland, it's not really spreading fast enough, mainly just because it's a rural country. So this one will it'll take some time to spread. But I think we're good now. Alright, so right here, it's just additional information. Pulmonary fibrosis symptom has now mutated, and I am now in the winning phase. And to just make it even worse, I will add in seizures. And this is where the mental symptoms reach its peak. Insanity. Neuropathic action of the pathogen in the frontal cortex causes severe emotional and behavioral abnormalities. Significantly harder to cure. So as you can see right here, the severity bar goes up even further. And the upside to that is now that the cure will now be slowed down even further, except, I have the genes that'll make it sort of cured faster, but that's where the abilities come in. So now I will be selecting genetic reshuffle, pathogen DNA strands reassemble, more work needed to develop a cure. So instead of slowing down the cure, I am now literally resetting the timer. So we can now see that the timer went from 20% and it just jumped down to 18%. So that wasn't really much of a good RNG. But I guess it's, in a way, already too late. And this is where the most lethal symptom comes in. Total organ failure. Catastrophic cell death of multiple tissues types causes a body-wide organ failure and rapid death. So this one, alongside with necrosis, is just, the thing, the decomposing infected body is extremely hazardous to touch. So now we could basically just grab other symptoms and just watch the death number rise, since right here, there are no more healthy people left in the world. So now we could just focus on killing people with the cure only at 25% completed. All right, so hemorrhaging shock symptom mutated. So that one's right here. Severe loss of blood volume causes oxygen deprivation, loss of consciousness, and death. So now we can see right here that the severity is now through the roof, and we could just make it even worse by putting people in comas. Right here, paralysis, the internal hemorrhaging, tumors. Actually, we could basically just grab most of the symptoms as long as I have points, because now, right here, we've now won the game with the population declining rapidly with only less than 1 billion people alive. So, now to just rub it in, let's just see how many symptoms we could buy. Alright, so I basically bought every symptom. So this thing, the lethality is through the roof. And the last one is dysentery. Complete breakdown of digestive system causes infected sewage, dehydration, starvation, and death. So that one right there, it would go well with water transmissions. Mainly just because you're infecting the waterways. And now we have won the game. Ligma to eradicate humans. Ligma has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans lie dying in holes with no chance of survival. There we go. Now we've won a game of casual bacteria. Victory. Ligma has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. Alright, so we can see right here the statistics that we got for it. I unfortunately only got three stars, I guess? Yeah, 3 stars. I think mainly just because it factors in with the time and the cure. So right here, the time was 453 days, so that's basically like a year and a third. Genetic complexity, it's complex. Cure progress, 24%. Plague type, bacteria. And here's the time lapse of the game. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, so you guys can now watch this time lapse of the whole world turning red. All right, I am back. What we learned: never lick someone's balls or you freaking die. That's basically, yeah, that's basically the lesson. Okay, so now we've completed bacteria on casual, and now I sort of just want to play the different plague types and just explain my strategy with them. Now, just if you'll give me a moment, I just need to just do something real quick. Let me just see. Oh, that's weird. I didn't mean to click the game capture. All right, so um, on to the next virus. When you complete bacteria, you then unlock the virus. So this one right here is personally a favorite one of mine. I'm not muted, am I? No, okay, no, I'm not. Mainly just because it says right there, a rapidly mutating pathogen, which is extremely hard to control. So that already tells you that this thing, it mutates rapidly. So that one would be a fairly easy one, but it can easily get out of control. So again, with the genetic codes, let's go with oh wait, here we go. Catalytic switch. So get bonus DNA points from popping blue cure bubbles. Let's get yeah, genetic mimic. These two are like the main ones I would grab. Aqua site, just so you know it gets on a boat. Genes. Let's get extremophile as usual. Okay, so since when this one I wouldn't really have to worry about symptoms too much, I would, instead of grabbing symptostasis, I would either grab pathostasis or transstasis. But I would honestly choose transstasis, which I will be explaining in just a moment. So let's actually kick it up a notch. Now let's play on normal difficulty. As you can see right here, I'm not sure if these are, if the points right here are actually serious or not, but you know, it's just a fun little thing. So casual, no one washes their hand, research doctors don't work, sick people are given hugs. So yeah, right here for new players, for those wanting a quick game. Normal for experienced genetic strategists. So this one would be on my level. 67.3% of people wash their hands. Doctors work 3 days a week. Sick people ignored. And then now we got brutal for strategic geniuses. Living in concrete bunker. Compulsive hand washing. Doctors never go home. Sick people locked in prisons. I'm not actually sure if that's actually like in the game itself, mainly just because I've never tried brutal or mega brutal. And mega brutal right here. For players who thought brutal was casual, I actually thought when I started, I thought mega brutal meant casual. Genetic drift impacts evolution. Doctors invest in research and random medical checkups. Now, those two I haven't tried, mainly just because sometimes I do still struggle with this game. It's it takes a lot of thinking at some points with especially some specific plague types. All right, so enough of that. For the name of this virus, I actually had a name saved. That's called League of Legends. It's this funky little virus that can be especially found on computers. So we can now start. All right, intro stuff. Select a start location. Again, and just so we could go quickly, let's go with Saudi Arabia again. As for the meta, League of Legends begins in Saudi Arabia. League of Legends has infected its first human, weak but used to hot temperatures. It must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. So we can now, since what I've explained in most of the gameplay, we can now just sort of just go talking about my strategy. So, virus disease type. League of Legends is a virus. This means that it randomly mutates rapidly and can be hard to control. It costs DNA points to devolve. So now it tells me again that symptoms would most likely be mutated at a rapid pace. So that one, I wouldn't really need to invest any points in symptoms and more actually in transmissions. That's why I chose the gene. That's why I chose the transmission gene. So it's a lot cheaper to buy the transmission points, although the trade-off is that it'll get cured faster. But with the rapidly mutating symptoms, I don't think I would have to worry about that too much. And as for the virus's ability, viral instability, DNA becomes more unstable, increasing random mutations. So that one right there, it just makes it out of, just a lot more crazy. I have a name for the fungus, DJ McFungi. Well, that's a pretty good name. Okay, there was this one name. I want to keep it a surprise for when I try fungus. That is if I do want to play fungus. Like, I swear, the fungus is like probably my least favorite one, because that one, I remember I spent like 7 hours straight just trying to complete it. And like, yeah, I finally got it. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm not touching fungus anymore. All right, so my strategy right here, yeah, I'm just grabbing transmissions. I grabbed my main 3, air, water, and birds. League of Legends spreads to Egypt. So now Egypt is now infected, now increasing my chance of getting on a boat and a plane. League of Legends infects 1,000. We are now spreading towards the Middle East. So right there, that is our first sign of a symptom mutating, coughing. So that one isn't really that severe, but let's upgrade the air too, just so it could spread faster. And as you can see right there, some bubbles just popped up right there. And now we've spread to airplanes and now spread to different continents. Got an Iceland, nice. Yes, in Australia, slowing down infection. Actually, I wouldn't worry about that too much, since when I'm focusing on transmissions. So we can now go with rodent, and let's go with water. So you can see right here, this thing is spreading a lot more quickly. I can now have sneezing. New minor disease spreading. Okay, so I was spotted a lot faster than I thought I would be, but no worries, because I've already spread to the major continents already. Now I just need them to spread by land borders, and that's where this one comes in. Extreme bioaerosol. Pathogen bypasses air / water filters due to adaptive cellular shell. Increases infectivity, especially in humid and arid climates, and plane to ship transmissions. So let's just grab that one. So now Saudi Arabia is now working on the cure. So now that's when I want to start using the drug resistance. All right, right here, more countries are being infected. That's where I want to grab this and then that to just slow it down just a tiny bit. So far, no major symptoms have mutated yet, which I think is good. Okay, never mind. We got fever. That one's a bit of a major one. It has some lethality to it, but a very low lethality. So we actually, I guess never mind. We got the first death in Iraq, but we've already spread to most countries except for, again, Northern Europe. Imagine if Riot helps on the cure instead of just making their New Year rules, traditions, and also not giving a crap about bugs. Ooh. Yeah, you can definitely imagine that. Yeah, that actually, I mean, I have a feeling there is a custom scenario for that. I haven't played the custom scenarios as much. Okay, so we now have, all right, funny number right here, 69 DNA points. I think I'd want to start contributing that to viral instability just so I could get more symptoms. Okay, rural countries. Let me grab cold resistance. Nausea mutated, nausea symptom mutated. Okay, so that one, more mutations, skin lesions. Okay, yeah, we're going towards the necrosis branch. That's good, but it's also kind of bad. Okay, so Egypt shuts down airports, so that's out of the game. Immune suppression symptom mutated. All right, we now have 100 points. Let's see if we could further spread this by with bugs and livestock, and yeah, that should be good for now. Cyst symptom mutated, a little bit of a tiny one. Okay, so again, we have Greenland right here. It still hasn't spread to there yet. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Every time I say it hasn't been infected, it gets infected like literally like immediately after. So now we've basically infected every country but Sweden, but I think that one, yeah, it's infected now. All right, so now the cure is now at 15%. All right, now the symptoms are now definitely mutating. As you can see, I haven't spent a single point, but we already have this many symptoms. So let's actually grab genetic hardening for now. Let's not buy genetic reshuffle yet because we're not at a part where it's super crucial, and let's just save our points. So let's just go with the mental ones. So insomnia and paranoia, just so it could slow it down just a tiny bit more. So now the only countries left are just the northern countries. I think I'm going to kick up the cold resistance just so it could spread a little bit faster. Rash system is now mutated. Let's grab viral instability and genetic reshuffle. All right, so it only kicked down by 4% for the cure. Now, let's actually start helping out with the symptoms. So let's go with hypersensitivity. I'll actually let the lethal symptoms mutate on their own. So I'll just be grabbing the non-lethal ones because they're cheaper and yeah. All right, so we got most of the harmless ones. And now I will just leave it for the ability to start, what do you call it, mutating on its own. All right, there. We got necrosis. That's good. Morocco begins to break down. All right, so you can see right there, sometimes Greenland would take forever, but then when it starts catching on, it just explodes in red. Paralysis. We got paralysis now. All right, and I think we're getting close to no more healthy people in the world. And we can now actually just, you know what, let's just start grabbing more, most of the symptoms. There are no more healthy people in the world, so we are now sort of in the end game. You can now grab genetic reshuffle again just to chip it down a little bit. And yeah, we have now basically one virus on normal difficulty. Yep. Less than 1,000, yeah, less than 1 million people. League of Legends to destroy humanity. League of Legends has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. Last few humans know they are watching the end of history. So lesson learned, guys. Don't play League. Victory. League of Legends has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. So, oh, okay. We got a pretty good score with that. We got 4 stars instead of 3 stars. With just the, we just passed the funny number, 421 days, with the cure progress at 34%. So we can see right here, let's just watch the time lapse, which is how quickly it spreads. So yeah, you can see right there with Saudi Arabia, the red lines, it reaches the major continents. Everyone is toxic now. Absolutely. All right, so you can see right there, everything just slowly turns to a dark red, then boom, we win. All right, so that wraps up virus, and now we are going to move on to my least favorite one, fungus. Fungal spores struggle to travel long distances without special effort. Now that right there is like already like a negative. So infection's gonna be pretty difficult. But I have a strategy down for that one. Yeah, screw fungus. All my homies hate fungus. Alright, so yeah, I didn't really have that many genes with it, so yeah, I'll just be putting the good genes down. So catalytic switch, genetic mimic, aquasite, or okay, do I want aquasite or native biome? You know what? Let's go with native biome. Mainly just because it ties in with the strategy. And then let's go with extremophile. And then let's go with let's just go with symptostasis. Just the normal one. Alright, so we're gonna be playing on normal. And now the name I have for it, Fungus Among Us. It's a bit of a cheesy name, but I don't know. I was giggling to myself when I saw the name. So Fungus Among Us. There's a fungus among everyone. Alright. This is so dumb. Alright, so let's start. Alright, so welcome to Plague Inc. So now my strategy, I think it doesn't really entirely matter when the plague is sus. Yeah. Alright, so now for this one, I think I'd highly advise from choosing the wealthy countries, and again, just stick with, I guess, sort of the meta countries. So again, Saudi Arabia. So again, with the whole thing about fungus is that it's a very slowly spreading infection, which is extremely difficult if you don't choose your symptoms and transmissions right. And that's where its special ability comes in. Spore Burst releases a burst of plague spores into the air to infect a new country. Now, this ability, sometimes I love it, but sometimes I hate it. Now, the reason for it is that it all ties into RNG. So with the RNG, so say I start with Saudi Arabia, right? And I use that ability, it would just spread to literally any random country around the world, but it just depends on your RNG. It's just like a random number. And sometimes it could work really well. Like you could go from Saudi Arabia all the way to Canada, but sometimes it could just work completely against you, and then it just goes to like the country next door, so like Iraq or something, which like completely defeats the entire purpose of it. Also, I thought it was big fungus. Ooh, that's a good one too. But yeah, this one, you gotta choose your transmissions right, which is what I struggled with, because mainly the strategy I went with before was that I focused so many points in infectivity, but by the time the entire world's infected, the cure's already at like 60%, and like I'm not killing fast enough because I already used all the points for the infectivity. So now the strategy is to just sort of play it normally, as if it's like, say, like a bacteria or whatever, right? But since one struggles to like get on like a plane or a boat, and like sometimes like the island countries would be completely untouched, if those countries are remaining and like the seaports or airports are closed or whatever, that's when the spore burst come in. Because if you already infect most of the countries, it will always go to a new country. So if the island countries are the only ones left and there's no way to access it, that's when would be the good time to use the ability, aside from if your infection is going a little bit slow. So right here, let's just go with air and water as normal, and birds. Symptoms, not yet. So right here, we're just now in the waiting phase again. Gain 8 points. Fungus Among Us infects thousands. So you can see right there, the number is, it's still going up rapidly, but it's not as fast as the bacteria or virus. So we can, let's go with air again. Mainly just because I think fungus, it's like mainly like, it's an air related disease. So we got coughing too. So yeah, the air definitely goes into a big play in that. We've now infected thousands of people, more infectious than TB. Honestly, I don't know what TB is, but I have a feeling I should know. So now the entirety of Saudi Arabia is now been infected, but this is where the problem comes in. The entire country's infected, yet I only spread to one other country, or now 2 countries. So it's not really spreading fast enough. And then therefore, if everyone's infected in Saudi Arabia, then that would most likely like increase my chances of being spotted. But now I'm spreading to other countries. And yeah, this is where it could all start snowballing. So we can let's go with rodents, just so it could help with in the urban environments. Yeah, the fungus. This is the very slow part. So I got insomnia. That one's a pretty severe symptom. New minor disease spreading. So yeah, see right there. I got spotted and I hardly spread out throughout the world. So I think this is where a lot of the problems come in. I think now that I'm spotted, I think it doesn't really matter with the symptoms that I choose, and I could just start doing the infectivity. So again, I'm gonna go with coughing and rash. So air and skin related symptoms. So now Saudi Arabia is now working on the cure. So now that's the problem. And we have not grabbed any drug resistance at all, which is a bit of a problem. Medicine in Germany slowing the infection. We are now grabbing drug resistance. And do I want to use the ability? You know what, screw it. Let's use the ability once and just hope it gets somewhere good. Okay, so it's in an okay location. It's only like a country over from Germany, which is an infected country. So that one wasn't really a good one, but it spread to Russia from the looks of it, either from China or from the Baltic states that got infected by the spore. We're now in Japan. Okay, so now we're actually starting to spread a little bit farther with the status research priority low. So I've been spotted, but they haven't started on the research yet, mainly just because the symptoms aren't severe yet. So we're gonna help it spread further by choosing livestock and bugs, just so it could spread a tiny bit faster. Let's choose no, let's not jump to another country yet. I will, however, be choosing resistances just in case. Okay, so that bubbling noise means that they're now working on the cure. So now I'm just gonna grab genetic hardening twice, just so it could buy me just even a little bit more time. So I've now spread to majority of Asia and the Middle East. I haven't really spread that much in America. And yeah, some of the island countries are untouched. But I have faith that I'll reach it because I've now infected 3 billion people. Okay, so unfortunately, China closed its airport, so that's one major country gone with airplanes. I'm now in Mexico. India leading cure effort. Okay, so now this is where the cure bubbles start coming in, and this is where the genes where I choose the that one gene comes into play. So since when I'm gonna be fighting the cure for a while in this one, I think it's good that it'll give me that extra boost. Genus name for the Nurex worm, Reddit. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. Yeah, I think I had a name for it, but I think it was a completely like, it was such a dumb name. Okay, so this one's a bit of a hard choice. You know what? Let's go with symptoms. Let's go with sweating and skin lesions and a bit of paranoia. Okay, so I spread to Iceland. I am gonna try my luck though with the spore burst. Let's try it once. Okay, so I spread to South America. That's good because I only have northern South America. So now I sort of have the South America surrounded in a way. But now the only problem is Southeast Asia, a little bit of Madagascar, Greenland, and Canada, and a little bit of Northern Europe are the only ones left. Okay, never mind. I got Canada. Okay, so I think... Okay, so I have most of the countries, but I'm gonna use Spore Burst again, just to hopefully reach the other countries. Walking Dead symptom combo. Insomnia and anemia are causing people to walk around gray with tiredness. Scientists working on the cure for fungus among us are less productive. So that's good, because now the cure is just slowed down just a tiny bit more. I now have a lot more points. Now let's put that for a genetic reshuffle, just to do a little bit of trolling. Let's grab cyst. I don't know how to pronounce that one. And this one. Just to grab like a little bit more major symptoms. Alright, so now we got Narcosis, but unfortunately we haven't spread to the other countries, so that's a bit of a problem. I have lethality, but most countries, or some of the countries, I haven't been infected yet. Okay, so right there, the Spore Burst worked against me. I used the Spore Burst, and what do you call it? I only infected Brazil when I was literally adjacent to Colombia, so that kind of like that was a useless Spore Burst. Looks like I'm infected. Oh no, you got the fungus among us. All right, so let's just leave it for like a second. So first death in Angola. So that's a bit unfortunate, because now it'll be harder for me to infect new countries but then get some traction, because those people that will be getting those infections will be dying before they could spread it further. So let's just grab Spore Burst again. Let's get hypersensitivity. No, let's get non-lethal. Non-lethal. Okay, never mind. Okay, these ones are non-lethal. So I think I got most of the non-lethal ones. Okay, so right there, that just popped up a whole bunch of red bubbles. So now we only have Greenland, Norway, Sweden, Madagascar, and Australia. So let's just do Spore Burst just to finish it off. Let's just do it again once. And then Spore Burst releases an explosion of plague spores into the air. So this one would spread to most of the countries. And now I'm hoping it would just spread to the rest of the countries. So right there, now we've infected every single country. And now let's focus on... Okay, so we're at 29%. So let's just get genetic reshuffling. Let's get... What's a good infectious one? Systemic infection. Let's get that one. The infection bumps up a little bit. Inflammation. Let's get that one. Diarrhea. Pulmonary... edema. Yep. Okay, I might be in a little bit of trouble here with the northern countries. Yeah, because this one, there's only 12 people. Oh, yeah, no, I got Reddit, and I was checking on it right now. Oh no, you've been infected by the Nurax. Alright, oh shoot, what was I going with? Okay, so, yeah, that's a bit of a problem right there. They're not spreading fast enough. So let's just go with livestock, because it helps with rural regions. Darn. Okay, actually, no, the numbers are starting to pick up just a tiny bit. Okay, yep, right there. That's Greenland just blew up there. Alright, so now it looks like the only one that needs to be infected is just Canada. So let's just get this one and that one. And then, okay, symptoms, we can't really grab any. Okay, so it actually looks like I won this one, but I don't think I'll be getting a good score on this one. Profuse bleeding symptom combo. Hemophilia and skin lesions are causing the infected to have blood pouring out of their skin, making fungus among us far more dangerous. There are no more healthy people in the world, so now we could just focus on the major symptoms. So let's just go with let's just do this. Seizures, yep. Yeah, so this one, it's a bit of a doozy. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada indeed. Like, usually when in my playthroughs, it's always Canada or Greenland that are like the last ones. Public defecation symptom combo. Diarrhea and insanity are causing the people to defecate in public and everywhere else. Everyone is increasingly focused on developing a cure. I think it's a little bit too late for that though. Yeah, ETA 2032. So that's literally like 8 years. So yeah, there's no more hope for the cure. So let's just rub it in by getting a little bit more symptoms. And yeah, so yeah, I grabbed a little bit less symptoms, but oh well. It's mainly because it was focused on transmissions. And now Fungus Among Us to destroy humanity. So now I've won this. Just grab these two. Let's just grab this last one. And yeah, we've won. Fungus Among Us has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. Oh man. Oh, I actually didn't get that much of a bad score. So I got 3-star, although it did take longer to infect the world, with basically the number almost doubling, because we went from around 400 days to now 700 days with the cure up to 45%. But you know, a win's a win. Let me just take a water break. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you're drinking water, stretching or whatnot, going to the bathroom. That was a good stretch. All right, let's just watch the time lapse a little bit. Yeah, so this one was a pretty slow one, but we still won. Mainly just because I had that solid strategy down. Because I remember when I first played the fungus, I was like, no, I gotta focus on infective symptoms and using spore burst to spread to other countries, when like it was kind of like useless to use. But yeah, that is now the end of fungus. Thank God. I didn't want to play fungus again. So we are now moving to Nurax worm. This one also, I think, is a fairly easy one if you know what you're doing. So Nurax worm, manipulative organism that burrows into the brain. So yeah, it's basically a mind control plague. So with this one, let's just go with my regular strategy. Catalytic switch, genetic mimic. You know, okay, this one's fairly easy to spread, so let's just go with like my normal. Let's just go with Aquasite. Why not? Can I? Okay, there we go. Streamophile. And then symptostasis. Unless, yeah, let's just go with symptostasis again. So let's play on normal. And yeah, this was the name that I had for it. Worm on a String. Mainly just because I was thinking of, yeah, the pipe cleaner worms, the worms on a string. I don't know, I ran out of names. But yeah, let's give it a nay, or no. Well, how do you spell it again? Here we go. Welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new Nurax worm. Oh, they even got a different music for it. Select start location. Yeah, let's go with the meta again. Reddit begins in Saudi Arabia. So now with these ones, this one's a special disease type, mainly just because the transmissions are different, as you can see right here. Yeah, the symptoms, it starts with only 1. And the ability, which is a really good one, Trojan Planes. Manipulation of dopamine transporters results in a form of ADHD, which encourages hosts to fly to a target country. So that one is a really useful one, mainly just because you could literally choose any country to go to. So let's just speed things up. Nurax worm emerges. Reddit is a Nurax worm, undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat and given it the means to spread. So I actually haven't played the Nurax worm. It's been a second since I played Nurax worm. So I think, yeah, this one starts neural breach of the blood-brain barrier. Blood-brain barrier to allow access to the host brain causes dystonia, rapid eye blinking. So let's not grab that one right now. We got this one. Locomotion, ability to grip the with portions of the body while pushing other sections, allow faster movement outside of host, increase infectivity. So this one's just like, I guess, how fast it can move outside of the body. Eggs, the Neurax worm produces eggs that are ejected from the host brain in the thousands, increasing infectiousness. I wonder why it's spelled infectiousness. Screw Greenland, ADHD cures go brr. No, for real though. That's like the best part of the Trojan planes. You could just literally say, alright, Greenland, you're first. Genetic swap. Worms able to exchange genetic materials inside host body, increasing chance of mutation. So this one, yeah, it's just the mutating one. But let's go with, yeah, let's just go with eggs for now. I don't want to grab the symptoms just yet. Pop orange bubbles. Yep, we know the drill. Alright, so this one now branches into other ones. Eggs hatch when they experience an increase in warmth, likely due to nearby human activity greatly increasing a human infection. So since when it says something about warmth and we're in Saudi Arabia, let's choose eggs again, just to increase the egg production. Mass panic over 3D printed robotic juicer. New robotic juicer banned in 17 countries after a UN report highlighted its profoundly disturbing behavior. Authorities are trying to... Interesting. I don't think that one helps me, honestly. I think those ones are just like the random ones. This is why he is my favorite. Yes. Yeah, this one's, I guess, a fairly easy one to play. I think it's somewhat hard to mess up badly. So let's actually grab birds, just so we could cross land borders, as usual. It infects hundreds. Dilatory locomotion, ability to propagate flexural waves along the length of worm. Worm allows an increase in speed and range outside a host, increasing infectiousness. So let's grab that one again. Oh, okay, and this is where the water and air can come in. Alright, cool. That was a good choice then. Yeah, so like I said, I kind of forgot how this one works. I think I've only played it like a total of like 4 or 5 times, I think. Maybe like first 3 tries, I think I messed up or something, and like the other 2 were like, I don't know, like just for fun. Just for the funsies. Let's go with air and not water. Alright, so now we're spreading to more countries because of the birds. Oh, cool. Okay, we got a plane to Australia and Madagascar. All right, cool. Okay, so yeah, we're now spreading rapidly. Let's grab water. Let's grab okay, let's not grab anything yet. Medicine Australia. Okay, yeah, we know. All right, more infectious than TB. New minor disease spreading. Okay, shoot. I've been spotted. So let's now do the neural breach. Cerebral tendrils. Tendril production in the cerebral cavities begins. And enables control over host's brain. Alright, so... Yeah, I think we got... Yeah, we're good with transmission. So let's just go with that. Adrenergic construction. Beta receptor blockers released, dampening anxiety in host and lessening severity of allergic reactions to the worm. Frontal mesh tendrils mesh with frontal lobe, the conscious thought center, and gain the ability to mentally manipulate hosts. Okay, so I don't think we really need that one yet. Let's just grab the usuals. Actually, let's grab the Trojan plane as well. Alright, cool. So, tip, spread the Trojan planes. Pop the bubble, then click the country you want people to travel to. So, like I said, Greenland's the first one to go. Let's just get a plane over there. Greenland's the first one to go. Consequences of having Reddit. You'll be a Redditor. You're going to Brazil. Yes. Oh yeah, we've infected Brazil. Alright, so cool. We are now in Greenland. Alright, so now let's just Start getting the next one's confusion. What's this? Immaturity. Hormone production altered, which causes reduction of immaturity. Lower levels of hygiene increases infection. Okay, let's go with that one. Yeah, I think we're good for now. Memory loss. Okay, it's not lethal. It's hard to cure, so let's go with that one. Let's go with that one too. Mass synthesis, neurotransmitter, gamma. There's a lot of big words in these ones, bro. I don't want to read all of these. Significantly reduces. Okay. Tendrils increase brain pressure, resulting in fever. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. Reddit, just another parasite. Scientists tell public not to worry about Reddit. Although unpleasant, it does not appear to cause any symptoms in humans and will be easily cured. Uh-huh. Gotcha. So yeah, this one's a fairly easy one. So let's just get Trojan planes again. Yeah. All right, so we got a Trojan plane. So let's go to Central or Northern Europe. Are you infected? Okay, not yet. Let's just grab you. Let's grab Sweden. Yeah, I got Sweden. All right, so more. Let's grab mania. Aggression. Do I want aggression? Obsession. Severe damage to orbital cortex triggers. OCD. Forcing host to obsess over a specific worm-related task. All right, so we're making people do worm stuff. Yes, easily cured. Quote unquote cured. You sure it wasn't people infected that said that? Alright, so we're spreading rapidly now. Alright, so we got a Trojan plane again. So let's just... I actually haven't got Central Europe that much. Should I worry about Europe? You know what, screw it. Let's just grab Baltic states for the fun of it. I have confidence that we got this. Causes them to travel more, cause activity. Okay, let's grab this one just so we could get a higher chance of Trojan planes. Let's get a perceptive jolt. Petrol's mesh with I can't English today. So the visual processing center host likely to notice worm infections. Let's just go with that. You know what? Let's just start grabbing a whole bunch of these. Psychosis. Let's go with that. Despair. Altered serotonin levels. Reduce feelings of despair in host. Okay. Adoration. Surges to hijack most emotions. Okay, let's go with infection again. Devotion. All right, let's devote to worm. All right, so we got transcendence. Overdose of oxytocin and vasopressin forces host into a permanent state of worship and acceptance, treating the Neurax worm as an eternal god. So now we are now worshipping the worm on a string, or Reddit, I mean. All right, so remaining countries. We got a Trojan plane right here. Let's just go to Iceland. Madagascar begins to break down. Okay, so it actually looks like some of these countries are having a hard time to spread real quick. So let's just grab a little bit more transmissions. Let's grab this. Rodents, bugs. Is there a symptom where it... Okay, there's... Okay, let's go with aggression, especially towards authority. Yeah. Causes irritation, hatred, especially towards authorities and uninfected. So yeah, the people infected with the worm could start turning on people who are not infected. Oh, Beerless, hello, welcome to the stream. Just stopped by before dinner. Looks like the flood. Shoot, you're actually kind of right now that you mention it. I mean, it's close to a flood, basically. Insanity. Let's go with insanity. Get it placed on watch list. Okay, the cure is actually... I did not notice the cure actually being a thing. Okay. Slow down just a second. Okay, so we've infected every single country. Now, for this Trojan plane, I'm not sure where I should put it. Let's put it in Russia, since when there's not a lot of infected people. Infected warship Reddit. People infected with Reddit are reporting visions of Rapture, a glorious new overlord species. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. So now they are... people are now worshipping Reddit. Oh man, what a funny name. Oh, what's this? Acute... I'm not going to say that. Multiple inflammatory lesions in brain triggered, causing neurological damage resulting in death. Oh, that's a pretty lethal one. Let's not grab that one just yet. Aneurysms. Host struggles to perceive motion, making them more likely to collide with others and objects. Okay, that one. I think that one's good. Hallucinations. Yeah, let's go with that one. Blindness. Oh, shoot. I can make people blind. Repost Big Chungus. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Oh, man. The ancient memes. Reddit is killing very fast. That could be a problem unless I get another Trojan plane. Because I need to place some of the infected in the countries that where it's not spreading the fastest. So let's grab cold resistance and genetic reshuffle just in case. Schizophrenia. Okay, that's okay. I think we got most of the infective ones. So we should Ukraine. Okay, let's go to Ukraine because it's got a low infection count. Let's just choose despair. Okay, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting symptom. I will be ignoring that one, TBH. Cognitive scrambling, aneurysm. Let's grab those. Oh, dang. Okay, this one branches out a lot. Okay, so what country? Okay, these countries. Let's go with Iceland because it looks like it's got a low count. Okay, never mind. I guess I spoke a little too soon of how we have this in the bag. Okay, let's grab cold again. And then let's get... Ooh, okay, let's get corpse fear. Worms drawn to corpses, increasing infectivity when corpses are present. So, since when we're killing people, that would be good. Alright, so... it looks like Canada is getting overrun by them. So let's spread it again to, let's go with Russia, because it's got a lower count. Alright, so... yeah, the only countries left to be infected fully is Iceland, Greenland, and Russia. Just those three countries. So for Iceland, it's not spreading as fast as I'd like it to be, but I think we're fine. Corpse feeder 2. Worms go undergo feeding frenzy in corpses. Let's just get that one again. Aphasia. Apraxia. Bruised tissue causes inability to execute certain movements. Reduces infectiousness, but extremely hard to cure. Okay, let's not grab that one, because I still want to infect some people. Okay, so now Iceland. Yeah, Iceland is the only country that has healthy people. So let's just bring more worm people over there. World domination. Scary. Yes, sirree. Worm. It is actually kind of scary to think about when you have a worm on your brain. Reddit enslaves Reddit enslaves humanity. The whole world worships Reddit as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Alright, guys, we win. The whole world worships Reddit as their god and master. Efforts... okay, yeah, we read that already. Oh, okay, we got a fairly good score with that. Yeah, we dominated the world with Reddit. Okay, so yeah, I got my ideal time, just around 400-ish days. Cure progress 26%. Yeah, and I got 4 stars, so that wasn't too bad. I actually thought it kind of had me in the middle half, not gonna lie, because I thought I was like, oh shoot, okay, I'm killing people now. That's not good. Oh wait, the time lapse is not on. Let me just get a bit of a water break here. I will always remember that time, that one stream in October where I was talking so much and I didn't have water, and like my throat got super sore, and then it led to, yeah, sore throat. All right, so that's the Neurax worm now done, and then now we're entering, I guess, like a little bit of the more difficult ones. We got Parasite. Oh, hold on one moment. Hold on. Okay, hold on one moment, y'all. Just give me a bit. I'll be putting up the start screen, but yeah, just don't be confused. But I do want to show off the new start screen that I just finished. So yeah, I'll be muted just for a bit. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Do I plan on doing all the plagues? I mean, I could. Yeah, I could. I mean, I could skip a few, mainly just because I wasn't a fan of playing them, like the Prion, Nanovirus, and Bioweapon. It's kind of eh. Parasite, a little bit difficult, but I kind of want to play my favorite one, the Necro one. This one's a very fun one to play. When you get affiliate, I will spam Hydrate. Well, don't try to drown me there. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to skip Parasite, Prion, Nanovirus, and Bioweapon. Just, yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of it. And I kind of want to do Necroa, Simian Flu, and Shadow Plague. But let's play my favorite one. Okay, just wanted to know. Yeah, I mean, okay, I could probably be playing them, but I want to play my favorite ones first. Like, I played the ones that I'm fairly familiar with, except Fungus. I hate Fungus. So yeah, let's choose Necrovirus. This one, unclassified. Early analysis suggests extreme regenerative abilities. So, and I'm not sure if you can tell by that logo right there, as it suggests it's a zombie virus. That looks like it's just a little guy. Huh? Actually, you know, I'm not even sure what that is. Like, I thought at first I thought it was like, I don't know, like a melted like smooth brain or something. Then I thought it was like saliva. I don't know. It's confusing. Okay, so this one, as it suggests, it's a zombie virus. Now, with these special ones, it has a special category, necrovirus genes. So we got 5 different genes right here. Frig fungus. All my homies hate fungus. Absolutely. Alright, so the one that I chose, I have cytopathic boost. Infected corpses are more likely to reanimate as zombies. So I think that one's a good one. Autolytic reduction slightly decreases the speed at which zombies decay. That's also a good one, but I think that's one's mainly for endgame, and it depends on which symptoms that you choose. Thermonecro reduces zombie rate of decay in hot countries. That's also a pretty good one. Dopamine inhibitor increases the chance of a zombie victim becoming a zombie. So honestly, I choose either between cytopathic boost and dopamine inhibitor. And now we got spliced activation. Active abilities cost less DNA to use. Okay, to be honest, that one's like I guess the lowest one aside from like the decays the decay genes. But Since when I'm fairly familiar with the necrovirus, I'm going to challenge myself by stepping up the difficulty. But, which one do I want? You know what, let's just go with Cytopathic Boost. So, yeah, like I said, I want to challenge myself. So let's go with Brutal difficulty. Since when did I name this one Shrek? Hold up. Alright, let's give it a name. What shall we name the zombies? I'm out of name ideas. I gotta take a stretch too. Reddit, Shrek, it's connected. Oh shoot, yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm infected with the Nurex worm. I just don't know it. Okay, zombie name. Zombie name. Hmm. You know what? Just because it was connected, let's name it Shrek Fans. Yeah, well, let's name it Shrek Fans. Welcome to Plague Inc. Yep, we know this. Alright, so... Let me rub my hands together. We are now playing in Brutal, so now I gotta go even bigger brain. I'd usually play this one on normal, but I've played this one so many times to where it's like, no matter in what country I start in, I have a solid strategy down. Because one cool thing to know is that when you start in, I guess, poor countries, it's easier to spread, but since when there's zombies, the wealthy countries have a better reaction, or worse reaction, depending on how you want to see it. So, yeah, in this case, I'd want to choose a fairly wealthy, simple country that has very good connections with the world. Although I could go with Saudi Arabia, but again, we're playing in Brutal difficulty. Now, there is a certain faction that pops up when you get zombies in this one. I will be talking more about that once they actually appear, just to, you know, not spoil it. But let's go with I want to pick Saudi Arabia, but I have a feeling I'd want to mix it up just a tiny bit. You know what? Let's go with France. Why not? The French people are next. Oh, UK. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. Necrovirus identified. Shrek Fans is a necrovirus. It has extreme regenerative abilities combined with aggressive metabolic demands, but most of its genetic structure is a mystery. So, again, since when this is a special infection, we've got different transmissions, symptoms, and abilities. Now, since when I don't have the zombies yet, the special abilities are not popping up yet. Oh, and my favorite thing too about like the user interface, we got like the side of the human head, and it changes as your zombies change. So now my strategy for this is that I'm not gonna go with the I guess the mental symptoms again, like, you know, insomnia and whatnot, and more with hypersalivation. UK has Scotland. Shrek is Scottish. Oh shoot! Darn it, you're kind of right there. Shoot. Should I restart? Nah. I already started. Alright, so now the transmissions I would choose, since when I chose a wealthy country, I'm going to go with saliva and zoonotic shift. So zoonotic shift. Genetic shift in virus increases infectivity, mutation chance, and makes cross-species infection possible. Increases future research speed. So that's gonna, yeah, bring out the cure faster, and it might be a problem since when we're playing in Brutal difficulty. As for saliva, Virus replicates faster in salivary glands, increasing chance of infection through contact with saliva. Now, I have a feeling this one right here obviously goes well with the hypersalivation symptoms, because, you know, it's saliva. So, yeah, that I will be going for those 3 main branches. But I will just let it spread as of now. Do I want saliva? No, not yet. Let's just grab it now. Now, there's a further purpose why I want to choose Zoonotic Shift. I remember watching a YouTuber explain his reasoning. I forgot his name, but I know it starts with a P. Now, let's choose Saliva 2. And let's choose... Yeah, let's get Zoonotic Shift. So now right here, we have the cross-species infection. And this is where the special one is. Bats. Host range broadens to include bats, which are hard to detect. Like, I guess people don't shoot them down or whatever, or like they attack in the night. Increases infectivity and mutation chance. Now, the reason I want to Pravis, okay, that was the guy. I remember watching him back in the day, like a couple of years ago. And I'm like, oh wait a minute, hey, Plague Inc.'s on sale. Let me buy that game. And yeah, I just remembered to watch the Pravis Gaming guy recently. All right, so yeah, bats. When you choose bats, there's a special ability that I guess a sort of special ability that they have, not an active ability, but more of a passive. All right, so we're spreading not as fast. We've only got 2 people infected. It's not good, but let's go with bats. Do I want to put in hypersalivation now? Or should I farm... the DNA points? You know what? Let me farm the DNA points just a tiny bit. We gotta play it safe. Although, okay, you know what? No, I need that. I need the saliva. But yeah, it's not spreading. Why is it only 2 people? Is it seriously only 2 people? It's been only 2 people for like 8 months, bro. What the heck? Why are you not spreading? Insomnia. No, I do not need insomnia. Okay, so seems like we hit a bit of a roadblock here. Anytime now, France. You could keep spreading, man. Okay, so this is taking a bit. This is kind of taking a while. Do I want to risk it? Virus can survive outside the body in fresh, warm water, especially in heat. Let's grab rodent as well. Hopefully that'll spread it. Okay, so it kind of looks like I need to sit back a little bit for this one. Okay, fever. Oh, darn. Okay, well, brutal. Yeah, I guess the shift. Yeah, the shift in infectivity is sort of just there. New rural livestock legislation. Well, I don't think I could grab livestock in general. Darn, man. Do I really need to, like, do this type of flavor? Okay, so my main strategy was that I infect people first, and then I start killing them. But then with half of the world infected, I would then, and a bit of a handful of them dead, that's when I'd start putting in the zombies. But it looks like I need to switch up my strategy a tiny bit, So instead of just waiting for people to be infected, I think I honestly need to start making them into zombies. So let's step up with polyphagia. Compulsive hunger forces continuous eating, lack of hygiene, increases risk of infection. So hopefully this spreads it further, please. We've been stuck with 2 people for 8 months. Gastroenteritis symptom mutated. Shrek fans have mutated and developed that using DNA points. Okay, so well, at least we got the major symptoms in. We got cannibalism. We could have literally those 2 people infected just start eating people. I did choose brutal, right? I didn't choose like any other difficulty. Shrek 4 in the making, engaging Shrekification. For real though. Although it is taking a while. Oh, what? Dang. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be sitting in this for a while. Come on, why won't you spread? Virus replicate, increase infection through feces and vomit. Maybe I could do this one. But yeah, I just need to farm some points. Or just restart. Yeah, okay, you know what? Okay, this one's having a bit of a slow start, and, you know. Okay, so yeah, I was playing on Brutal. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and then let's start in the UK. The proper location of where Shrek fans should start. The UK. Alright, guys, so we're in the UK. I'm now using a British accent. Alright, you know what? Never mind. Alright, so we're gonna go with the same strategy. We're gonna go with transmissions and symptoms. Hopefully it goes better than... Okay, so I guess the game bugged out. Maybe, because, like... Yeah, I'm spreading, even though I haven't bought any transmissions. So I think, yeah, the game just bugged out there for a second. Alright, so let's go with Saliva and Zoonic Shift again. We're just a Scottish accent. Okay. I don't think I can do a Scottish accent without butchering it. Donkey. We gotta spread the plague, Donkey. We gotta spread the Shrek fans to the other countries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's spread to bats. Okay, yeah. The game's going a lot more smoother now. Do I want to grab any symptoms yet? Actually, you know what? Nah. Alright, so yeah, we've infected... Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the day. It's going a lot by faster, so definitely a glitch happened. Cool. I guess that was karma for choosing French people. Let's go with this one. Alright, so we're getting close to 100 people infected. Hypersalivation symptom mutated. Okay, that's good. I didn't have to spend any points for that. And we're going with the saliva route. Now, there was a strategy with saliva being the main infection. Again, sort of working like cooties. Mainly just because there's a zombie variant that you can make that makes the saliva, I guess, lethal. Okay, so now we've infected hundreds of people. Just farming the DNA points. Nothing going on so far. Festival of Love in UK. Okay, RNG is working with me this time. UK celebrates the Festival of Love. Fans praise the replacement for International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards. So, this is where some of my transitions would come into play. Since when I chose saliva and this one right here and hypersalivation, that makes the Festival of Love a highly infective event. So therefore, spreading the infection a lot faster. So, Shrek fans spread to France. Alright, we are now with our revenge arc with the French. Ships use new sterilizing cleansing techniques. New cleansing techniques are now being used to stop ships transmitting any new disease between countries. Only advanced waterborne diseases can survive on them. Okay, so it looks like water might be just a tiny bit out of the question, a little bit. Although, actually, you know what? No, let's just go with it. Just go with it. God bless Shrek forever. Yes, sir. Insomnia. Again with the insomnia. Alright, we got 100,000 people infected. Most of them are just in the UK. Again, there's only one in France. Come on. Spread the plague. Unless, oh wait, now, okay, now I know. It's because I didn't buy the drug resistance. That explains a lot, actually. Ooh, okay, we get spread to South Africa. We are now in sort of Central America. Alright, let's kick it up a notch with drug resistance. Just so we can make the wealthy countries fall first. Now, the strategy, I think I might as well start explaining it. So, the only reason I want the wealthy countries to fall first is because the faction ZCOM is meant to fight the zombies. And most of them would start in the wealthy countries. And if the wealthy countries fall first to the zombies, then it would most likely decrease the chances of ZCOM even existing. Alright, so now I'm spotted. And I haven't spread that far out in the world. And, okay, and I haven't killed people yet. That's a bit of a concern. So we're gonna grab a little bit more of this. Hopefully cannibalism will mutate. Alright, we're spreading pretty fast. So we spread to most countries. Should I grab cannibalism or should I grab bats? I'll grab bats. Just so we can start killing people a little bit. First death in the UK. Death by bats. Alright, so can I grab cannibalism yet? No, I cannot. I'll actually rack up my points a little bit first. So I am spreading fast. Yeah, so I got most of Asia and a little bit of Europe. Alright, so let's go with let's go with cannibalism. Autophagia. We're not gonna make them into zombies yet. I need the death count to be a little bit higher than it is. Alright, cure is at 25% complete. Let me just slow that down a little bit. Because, okay, although the cure isn't going to be much of a problem when I get zombies, it is just going to slow down the infection just a tiny bit. Oh, human excrements. Shrek 4 is going to be cancelled. No! No, I swear, it's all part of the Shrek production. Eating people, it's definitely part of the Shrek experience. Oh, cool. Okay, so I got the zombie thing for free. Cool. Okay, so now I have zombies, but let me get this one right here. And then let's make them a little bit smarter and faster. Shrek begins reanimating the dead. Okay, so now the cure, it's gonna be a little bit out of the question, but it's still gonna be slow us down just a tiny bit. So let's get peptide surge. Growth hormone production triggers extreme metabolism of fat to build muscle. Enhanced strength increases severity. And then, yeah, this is where the branch I want to go with. Acid reflux, extreme, whatever that word is. Reflux causes acidic saliva, increases severity, and gives zombie a combat advantage. So basically, we're making my zombie spit acid. And since when they're spitting acid and we got the saliva, that just increases the infection. I'm hoping, at least. I think that's how it works. If, like, the developers thought that far. So now, we're gonna have Shrek fans killing healthy people. Drug resistance can slow the cure. Okay, so, yeah, we got the cure. Shrek fans turning people into zombies. Faced with overwhelming evidence, governments confirm that Shrek fans can trigger pathological aggression in corpses, but say that the situation is under control. Shoot, I mean, a quarter of the population is now infected. Alrighty then. Yeah, actually, what's the percentage? Yeah, we got 10% of the world being zombies. Yeah, it's definitely under control. Cure for Shrek is complete. Okay, so that's a bit unfortunate. I didn't really beat the clock on time. Alright, so... Since when infection's a little bit out of the question and we're just gonna go with the lethality of the zombies, let's just go with on the right side symptoms, just making them a little bit more lethal instead of infectious. And we're gonna want to grab the horde ability and increase the size just a tiny bit. Zombies have destroyed Germany. Okay, so there's still a lot of healthy countries left, but this one country, what's this one? Okay, it's Germany. We can now spread Germany, or at least, yeah, German zombies to other countries, just so we can help it spread faster. But let's just go with Sweden, just so we could get the Northern Europe down. Okay, so right here, ZCOM project activated in Mexico. In response to the growing zombie threat, a powerful military organization called ZCOM has been set up. Its mission, defend humanity from the dead. So now these are the people who are mainly going to be killing my zombies. So let's increase my lethality just a tiny bit, or severity. And now Europe has fallen to zombies. So now let's displace some of my zombies into Mexico just so I could get rid of ZCOM right away. And yeah, it'll hopefully keep ZCOM out of the question. So that's right. Shrek 4 is canceled. Time to make Shrek 4 production site on the black market. Yes, sirree. ZCOM's to set up a new base. Where are you setting up your base? Okay, so South Africa is dead, or it's been infected, I mean. Alright, so let's actually increase the acid spitting. And then this is their last ability. Autothysis. Explosive mix of hydrogen, sulfide, and methane collects inside zombies. Significantly increases severity and zombie combat advantage. So I think essentially what that means is that, like, when the zombies are killed, they just explode and, like, the saliva gets everywhere. So I think that's good. Now let's increase the ability strength by increasing the horde and the speed of it. And drifting fermentation. Controlled decomposition causes zombies to bloat. Horde can drift in sea currents. It significantly increases ocean travel speed. So we got that. And we can now see the state of how the zombies look. They look very decayed, as you can see right there on the bottom right. And yeah, this is when the fun begins. So now ZCOM is now in West Africa. Now, Africa, from the looks of it, seems to be mainly untouched for now. But since when Brazil has fallen, let's displace those zombies into West Africa. Because there's no point in keeping the zombies in Brazil if they're not going to spread to the other ones when there's already zombies there. And I think we're fine with South America as of now. Oh, it's saying the stream is lagging. That's not good.